All right, welcome back to the Elias Macko Show. Maybe the quote of the week comes from the mayor of Montreal. Honestly, think about all the quotes from all the politicians, other than the other major players in the city. This is the quote that I saw this week that really struck me. And it's from the mayor, and she said this week. Orange cones cannot be the symbol of Montreal. You know, I got to say, it's refreshing to hear that. Too often in this city, we just accept stuff that should not be acceptable. I mean, it's a joke. Honestly, it's a joke that we've said over the years. Yeah, orange cones, haha. And we laugh about it, but it's a nightmare. You all know it. So to hear that from the mayor of Montreal, that orange cones can't be the symbol of this city, it was good to hear. But what's the plan to actually make that a reality? Now, Montreal is planning to remove those orange cones, instead use artificial intelligence and digital tools. I don't even understand how that could work, so let's talk to someone who's behind the plan, who's going to tell us how it will work. Alex Teodoresco is on the line, city councillor for Loyola, member of the Executive Committee for Artificial Intelligence, Innovation, and Organizational Performance. Love the title. Alex, welcome back.
Hi, good to talk to you again, Elias.
Okay, explain this to me. How do you replace a physical thing in the world like orange cones with, we're just going to use AI? To me, it doesn't make sense.
The connections are not as direct as this. And let me take a step back a little bit to talk about the announcement we made yesterday with the mayor in front of a big construction site downtown. So basically what we said during the campaign, and this was basically one of the 10 promises we decided to do to deliver in the 100 days. And yesterday was a big announcement on innovation and AI. So basically what we said is it's not okay that Montreal City Hall is not a leader on that field when we're in Montreal, one of the main cities that founded actually modern AI. So we decided to really change the direction, and that's what we did yesterday. We announced a new advisory committee on AI and innovation, where we're going to gather all the best brains we have in the city, from scientists, professors, entrepreneurs, and all the innovators of AI, to really help guide the city on what to look at, the risks, really benchmarking, and really start to really shine on that topic. What we announced as well is that we can't do it alone. We can't solve big problems that we have at the city by ourselves, and we need to rebuild the bridge we have with our amazing startups that are building amazing AI tools across many different industries. And this is what we also announced yesterday, a big open call for innovation solutions with our startups, right? Mm-hmm. But now innovation and AI can seem a little bit theoretical, a little bit, high in the sky. And we needed to adapt it to really anchor it on very, very normal issues that citizens have every day. And what best to apply AI to than helping us solve construction site chaos, and especially downtown. And this is when we announced really the super focus of AI on the construction site management issue, and especially in a sandbox, which is basically the hypercenter of Laboratoire Centre-Ville. That's what we announced yesterday. And now to come back to the orange cone. Obviously, AI by itself will not remove orange cones. We're not there yet in terms of robotics and stuff like that. That being said, orange cones are a symbol. It's a sad symbol of how construction site management is not well handled at the moment. And it's also the multiplication of all the construction sites are not talking to each other. So this is when we embarked on, and I talked to you last time about this, the task force on construction site management, where we have so many teams at the city and beyond the city that are working together on two different fronts, the operational one and the innovation one. This is where I'm really excited to see how we can use, test, prototype, fail fast, learn fast on all those new solutions that we'll put in place in the sandbox for this particular topic of the construction site management, and eventually reduce the overbearing presence of those ridiculous orange cones that we've seen too many times.
So are you saying that, the orange cones are a symptom of lack of planning and coordination? So if you fix lack of planning and you fix the coordination, by consequence, the orange cones will go away?
Absolutely. But I mean, to be honest, there's also the question of the design, and basically when we say we want to optimize construction sites, right? What do we mean? We need to have the good measure of performance if we want to do that, right? We need to have the right problem statement. So when we say improve the construction site, it's making them faster, making them cleaner, making them safer, right? Having not open streets at the same time on two parallel avenues that will multiply the sense of chaos and really freeze everybody in their tracks, right? So it's a combination of all those factors, and the fact that what we use in our streets now, we're depending on the Quebec City, where they're applying the same norms that they use on the big highways intra-province. They use the same norms inside a very dense core. And so we have made a demand to Quebec City to allow us to test new ideas on how to better manage visually our construction sites downtown.
Okay, so on that front, so part of this is the orange cones do go away and they get replaced with physical things in real life that are a little bit more beautiful.
Yeah, that's one of the angles that we're looking at, for sure. And you look at what Ottawa is doing, what other cities in Europe are doing. There are many other ideas that are available worldwide, and it's up to us to test different ideas to see what looks the best, what is the best for citizens, for residents, for merchants around those areas affected.
What's the response from Montreal's AI community to the call from the city? What's the early returns?
Oh, God, it's overwhelmingly super positive. I mean, it's a big change of tone from the past 8 years. For 8 years, this community has been left, on their own and not really talked to. And so people are kind of amazed that we even call them up to say, okay, we need your help. Like, the city can't do it alone. And that's why I think we're going to really get a lot of talent and innovative ideas focused on this problem. You see, this problem basically for a lot of our engineers and startup founders, it's a fantastic problem because, you have so many ways to solve this, right? When it comes to planning, simulation, coordination, communication around construction sites, you have so many ways to have a positive impact on this issue.
Alex, brief chat, but a really good one nonetheless. Have a great weekend. Thanks for coming on.
Thanks, Elias.
Alex Teodoresco here, Montreal City Councillor for Loyola, member of the Executive Committee for Artificial Intelligence, Innovation, and Organizational Performance. Okay, let me know what you think, by the way, on the text line 514-790-0800. Give me your crystal ball predictions. Can they remove the orange cones from downtown Montreal?
I'm Dylan Playfair.
And I'm Tyler Smith.
We're putting loneliness in the penalty box by talking to some of our favorite athletes about the importance of friendship.
This is Bromance.
Bromance is brought to you by Charm Diamond Centers, proudly Canadian-owned and operated. Charm has been part of your love stories and bromances for over 50 years. And you can find Bromance on the iHeartRadio network or wherever you get your podcasts.